come up with that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium. As always, I'm XFL Jim, joined by the one, the only. It is Chase, the Lupine Fiasco Sesums, a.k.a. the Wolf of Oaklawn. What's up, buddy?
I am's who I am's. That's what I'm going to say, I guess. I decided not to go with a fancy name this time.
In lieu of a fancy name, let me try that again. This is Chase Lupine Fiasco Sesums.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
That works.
Oh, that made it so much better.
Yeah. I wanted to fancy it up a little bit. Let's go. So we got a nice show for you guys today. A little jam-packed, but jam-packed in a nice tight package. That's what I'm about. That's what we're about here. So, Chase, there's some news today. Some news dropped today in the world of college football.
It did. It's rare that we get anything in this time. Like, maybe.
So you say that, dude, but like the last however many years, what have we gotten during July? We got like Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC was in like the end of June. COVID was like a big thing in 2021. I think UCLA, USC dropped around July too.
That's a good point. That is a very good point. This is a little different though. I feel like
this is way different. This is way different.
Yeah.
This is not happy news or even like confusing news. It's not like
it's confusing.
News. It's confusing, but it's not like pondering. It's definitely news.
Confusing.
It's not pondering news. It's just bad.
Yeah. It's just not good for anyone involved.
So Northwestern coach Pat Fitzgerald, who was previously on a 2-week unpaid vacation, who was previously on a 2-week paid vacation.
Yeah.
Has now been ceremoniously let go from Northwestern for basically, I don't know about enabling, but allowing a rampant culture of hazing and sexual assault.
You should definitely
stuff.
Yeah, you should definitely read some of the things that they're accused of. You won't look at Shrek the same way.
No, you won't
ever again. And like the way they described the Shrek claps, it sounded like Pat Fitzgerald was like full on like part of it and everything. Like, yes, this is the person. Hey, players, this is the guy that you need to haul into a dark room, and then everyone will wear Halloween masks and dry hump him. What? Yeah,
that's some real cult like shit.
Yeah. And what have we always said? We've always said, if you're going to be in a sex cult, always be the first guy.
You got to be the first one.
Yeah.
You have to be first. Like, even the second guy gets, like, cut. Done.
Yeah. Like, listen, I think that weird things happen when you get a bunch of naked guys together. Just by default, like
by
that's
default,
always going to be.
Locker rooms are just weird.
Yeah, just weird. But there's some stuff there that's like, you all got accepted to Northwestern, right? I assume you did well on your ACTs, your SATs. You were a bright person.
You gotta know.
Yeah. At what point was this weird to you? At what point was this like, this is weird? This is
At
strange.
What point was it not weird?
Right. Like, yeah. I had a buddy who was in the Secret Service that told me about he had someone who was a criminal informant, a CI for something, and he was talking about there were Nigerians that were doing like a scam sort of thing, and so the guy had to go to a hotel room, and the guy was telling him like this story, and he was like, he was relaying the story to us. He's like, I'm gonna play this game with you called "Stop Me When This Gets Too Weird for You," and so. Like, the guy goes in there with 2 Nigerians, and the Nigerians are like, listen, like, to trust you, like, you got to get naked. We'll get naked too. And like, he's finally like, finally asked the guy, I was like, at what point did this get weird? Like, I'm just wondering for like, when were you just like, I'm not sure if but the guys like showed him like how to turn a 20 into 100 by putting in this like tinfoil thing and putting baby powder on it. And they just flip it around a couple times. Like, yeah, just like bad street magic. Naked Nigerian.
Bad street magic.
Bad naked street magic. Yes.
That's what Pat Fitzgerald's been doing at Northwestern for the last 3 years.
Just bad naked street magic. Yeah.
Both on and off the field.
Yeah, but his sounds like if you like took the movie Scream and took away the stabbing, but you kept the daggering, if you feel me.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Shout out to the student journalist who broke the story.
Yeah. Who's that? Who's that young Bob Woodward out there getting the story out? Jesus Christ.
It is a journalism school. It is a journalism school.
Yeah, and he's already taken down part of the administration. Way to go. Like
in other Big Ten news, Larry Nassar was stabbed like 22 times in prison.
Yeah.
Positive news.
What's funny is that I'm pretty certain all of the prison guards were working so hard to keep him alive so that he could be stabbed again on multiple occasions.
Oh yes. There's he's going to get stabbed again.
Yeah. Like we need you to survive, Larry, so that someone can stab you again next week.
2 little quips, actually maybe 2 quips from Pat Fitzgerald's time at Northwestern. His last win was a victory against Nebraska. The video, the game that made me like go crazy, make a video crying almost on camera because how could this happen?
Yeah.
It lives on today. That's why I'm always worried about like any Big Ten West story. I'm always expecting a gut punch to happen.
You guys catch strays for
everything.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's because like it's not like you've had like overwhelming success in the Big Ten at any point. So it just feels strange that you guys always catch the stray for this shit.
It's because we always act like we've done a lot. We're one of those schools.
How's this for mind blowing? The longest tenured head coach in the Big Ten is now James Franklin.
Second longest. Because Pat Fitzgerald was only the second longest. You got to remember Ferentz.
Ah, that's right. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Who has not won the Big Ten since 2006?
He doesn't count because he'll be there till he dies.
He'll be there till he dies, but the second longest is now James Franklin.
Insanity. Absolute insanity.
Has it been every year that James Franklin's been there, basically, that we think he's going to move to a different job?
His name comes up a whole lot, it seems
every time, it feels like.
And I'm not sure why, because I don't know. It's like he's really good at getting teams to an acceptable level of mediocrity that like drives the hardcore fans insane, but like keeps the casual fans like, all right, we're going to a bowl game every year.
And I feel like every 3 years, like once every 3 years, he'll have a good season, like a beat Ohio State or Michigan season, and then make a Rose Bowl.
Right. But he makes the Rose Bowl by virtue of another team going to the playoff.
Sometimes, like I think there was one time that he did. I don't know. It's the issue with those years is when he does make the Rose Bowl, he has like 1 or 2 inexplicable losses to way worse teams.
Right. And so if you're the best Big Ten team, but it's a year when the Big Ten is not, Ohio State and Michigan aren't playing their best.
Yeah, they're like right now they're number 3 in the Big Ten East when it's really just Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Congratulations, James Franklin, though. I would never peg him to be. I don't know who I would have pegged to be the second longest. It's a lot of new coaches.
I would have thought it would have been like Ryan Day or something, but like in hindsight, like he really hasn't been there more than like 4 or 5 years, has he?
Maybe I bet Harbaugh's third.
Probably close to it. Yeah, Harbaugh's been there a while now, hasn't he?
Been there a while now, dude.
Yeah.
He got hired around the same time as Scott Frost, I think.
Yeah, that's true. It's
totally
crazy.
Different trajectories.
You gotta perform, and you're not going to be there very long. It's just how college football works now.
Good on you, James Franklin. Other news to pivoting, staying with football though. There was a little press conference for the USFL. That was today, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yeah, the Moose. The Moose himself.
Moose Johnson.
Yeah.
making some comments. It sounds like the USFL is trying. This is still very, very early on. Very, very early on.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're trying to position themselves to be like GLeague NFL, like super developmental NFL.
Yeah. I don't know. There are all sorts of questions for it. Like, because the way that it was explained, like, and you and I were talking, and kind of the gist of it was that the idea is that the NFL will be able to use the USFL as like a G League, and while a player plays in the USFL, his rights are still retained
by his NFL team.
By his NFL team. And so there are all sorts of questions here. The one being like, okay, does that mean that there are, 4 NFL teams that all feed into one USFL team, because that's just how the math works out, where all 32s have a G League affiliate? And if that's the case, do they have any say in who the coaching staff is? Do they have anything like that? And then there's like, okay, does this also mean that the players' contracts will be subsidized by the NFL?
Yeah, because if they're not like, this isn't as much about like opportunity as it's just getting guys who are already on a roster more reps.
Yeah. It's like Team 9, but with way more.
It's Team 33. It's league. It's the whole league is Team 33.
Exactly.
I wonder if they would just do it where like it would be. You can't really do like a whole draft situation where like just one player goes to this team, another player goes to that team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it would work. I'm interested to see how they kind of like make it work, if they end up making it work. Because remember, the big offseason stuff last year was like XFL, CFL stuff. This is way more interesting than that. But
yeah,
I'm interested to see where this goes. We're still in like the super early stage of anything like this happening.
Me too. And I don't want to act like I'm completely against it, because there's got to be a framework out there where I'd be like, okay, yeah, this is a good idea.
Oh, yeah. But I've always said from the start that I'm worried about like the XFL and USFL turning into just like development feeder leagues.
Yeah. Here's the one thing that wasn't said during that press conference that the Moose stayed mum on, is that what was up with that officiating in the USFL
Chase,
finals?
If you were there to ask that question, it would have been legendary.
I wouldn't have let him off the hook.
But
he'd be like, I would move on. But no, sir, answer my question. Answer my question, Moose. If that is your real name.
I just want these leagues to keep their like unique identities. It's the only thing I'm worried about with any talk about like NFL partnership or anything like that. Always worries me that the NFL is going to try and like ramrod shit.
Because why do we love these leagues? It's because there are things about the NFL that kind of suck. And this is like our opportunity to see football leagues get it right,
It's different and it's fun. And I want to be able to like see these guys again, if it's NFL players that are already on rosters, it'd probably be a different crop of people potentially every year. And would they be on the same teams every year in the USFL?
Right.
If you're just like swapping teams left and right, not a fan.
Because we saw what happened with like, a little bit of continuity between year 1 and year 2. Like I think the leagues just keep getting better the longer that you have more continuity. When you have people who've been playing in the same league for like 3 or 4 years,
we start getting personalities developing for those teams.
Yeah, I mean, we've grown to love Boogie. We counted him to be like, the starting D tackle for the Pittsburgh Maulers. How would we feel if Boogie was just suddenly on a different team?
Yeah, like he was on the Maulers year 1, and then all of a sudden he's on like the Gamblers year 2.
Right.
Not for me. Not for me, damn it. Also, it would be kind of funny if the USFL like became full partnered with the NFL for like this developmental stuff before they even get home markets, and then they just kind of like do whatever.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be kind of funny.
We'll figure it out someday. We'll figure this all out someday.
Well, it'll get figured out. It'll work itself out somehow. To stay on the topic of football, though, Chase,
Oh,
we got more games to pick. We're on currently week 6 of college football and week 5 of the NFL. And I think we're going to, I already know that I assume we're just going to pick Northwestern to probably lose every game now.
yeah, probably. I don't know. Hold on. Because, I mean, we believe in the power of rallying around the interim, right?
It is the defensive coordinator. So they're keeping it in-house.
Yeah. This can either go so good or so bad. See John L. Smith at Arkansas.
You want to just go through their schedule real quick before we break down? Okay, so Rutgers, UTEP, Duke, Minnesota. Sorry, I'll say away or home. At Rutgers, UTEP at home, at Duke, Minnesota, Penn State, Howard, at Nebraska off the bye week, Maryland, Iowa, at Wisconsin, Purdue, at Illinois.
None of that sounds good.
Maybe Howard. Maybe
Howard.
None of that sounds good. They could lose every game.
God, if they made a bowl game, though, that would be incredible.
It'd be you know what? That'd be a very Northwestern thing to do.
That would be the strongest rally around the interim magic that has ever been conjured on this fucking blue marble traveling through space.
Week 5 of college football. Chase, we got Wednesday football.
Ooh,
first games in October. This is October, so we're out. Jacksonville State at Middle Tennessee.
Jayville State.
I'm going Middle Tennessee here. The airport, Florida International at New Mexico State.
We're in New Mexico State.
I am as well. Going New Mexico State here. Thursday, Sam Houston at Libibity. Take a Sam Houston.
Going Libibity.
Take a Sam Houston, baby. Western Kentucky at La Tech. WKU.
La Tech.
WKU. I like that we're disagreeing this week. Shane.
It's the most so far. Yeah.
Oh my God. Friday, Kansas State at Oklahoma State. Take
Oklahoma State.
Oh, that means they're going to win because we've been disagreeing up until then. Nebraska at Illinois.
Nebraska.
I'm going to go Nebraska as well. I'm really hoping. Oh, Maryland. You should have done this one a week before. Maryland at Ohio State.
Ohio State,
baby. If this would have been like a week
too
prior.
late.
Rutgers at Wisconsin. I'm going to go Wisconsin. Purdue at Iowa. This would be such an Iowa loss, but I'm going to go Iowa to win here. I think Iowa's probably going to win the Big Ten West this year. Boston College at Army. Well,
Army. I'm going to go Army.
BC. Howard at Northwestern, baby.
What are you picking?
I'm going Howard. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do too. Okay.
Solidarity. NIU at Akron.
NIU.
Yeah, I'm going NIU as well. Kent State at Ohio. Give me the Bobcats. Give me Ohio.
Give me Kent State.
Whoa, with the upset.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling Green at Miami of Ohio.
Miami, Ohio.
I'm taking Miami of Ohio as well. Ball State at Eastern Michigan. Give me EMU.
Directional Mish.
North Texas at Navy. I'm going to take Navy. Yep. San Jose State at Boise State. I'm taking Boise.
Man, I really don't want Boise to be in the mix, but I think they're better. I'll go Boise State.
UCF at Kansas. I'm going to take Kansas. Kansas will not be favored in that game.
They won't be. God. Play the total though. Play the over.
Washington State at UCLA. Going UCLA.
I'm going to go Washington State.
Don't hate it. Georgia Tech at Miami, Florida. Going Miami.
I don't want to do it, but I'm going to take Florida. Miami.
Syracuse at North Carolina. I'm going to go UNC.
I know they're supposed to be good this year, but they've told me they're supposed to be good so many times. I'm going to go Syracuse. Let's go Dino.
Oh, yes. Potentially coaching for his job every year, it feels like.
Yes.
Virginia Tech at Florida State. I'm going Florida State. Wake Forest at Clemson.
Wake Forest.
I'm doing it too, Wake Forest.
I know they don't have the players
they lost
from last year.
They lost a lot.
Yeah.
You know what? This is when they surprise.
I'm so
Red
ready to
River-
dance on Clemson's
Yes.
Clemson's grave at some point.
Red River Shootout, Oklahoma, Texas.
I'm gonna give it to Oklahoma.
Yeah, Texas kicked their ass last year, didn't they?
Yeah, I think Texas will be favored. I still think you take Oklahoma here
Oklahoma
just
here.
because I just take the dog in the Red River Shootout.
Yep. TCU at Iowa State.
Give me Iowa State.
Yeah, I'm going to go Iowa State here too.
Well,
Texas
give me
Tech.
a prolonged Brocktober here.
Texas Tech at Baylor. We'll go with Tech.
I'm going to go Baylor.
Toledo at UMass.
Toledo.
Colorado at Arizona State.
Colorado.
We're going to Arizona State. Tulsa at Florida Atlantic. On FAU.
Tulsa.
USF at UAB.
UAB.
Now that you know that Chad Morris has touched that program.
Yeah. Takes a long time to get that stink off.
UTSA at Temple.
UTSA.
Arkansas State at Troy.
Ooh, fighting Minute Troy.
Yeah, I'm taking Troy here. ODU at Southern Miss. Give me Southern Miss, baby.
Give me ODU.
South Alabama at ULM.
It's tough. They're not my darlings anymore since Rich Rod and Boogie Knight are gone. South Alabama.
Yep, South Alabama for me too. Texas State at Louisiana. I'm taking Louisiana.
Yeah, I will take Louisiana as well.
Central Michigan at Buffalo.
Directional Mish.
Easy peasy. Central Michigan. Colorado State at Utah State. Give me CSU. Give me Colorado State.
Since it's on the road, I'm going to go Utah State.
Oregon State at Cal.
Oregon State.
I'm going to take Oregon State here. Arizona at USC. To USC.
Arizona.
Wildcat, baby.
I think they're going to have a good year. You've been
super high on Arizona this year.
Well, I was high on them last year and they improved. I think they improve again. I love that quarterback they got if they still have him.
I think so. LSU at Missouri.
Firecracker. Oh, LSU.
LSU all day. Notre Dame at Louisville.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame for me too. Arkansas at Ole Miss.
I think I've predicted this as a loss because I think we got Alabama next. But I'm going to go ahead and say Arkansas here for gymnasium purposes.
I'm going to give Arkansas as well. It's tough. It's tough. You got Alabama on deck. That's tough.
Yeah. It's a brutal stretch there. 4 names.
Kentucky at Georgia. Give me Georgia.
Yeah. Georgia by 1,000,000.
Alabama at Texas A&M.
Bama by 1,000,000.
Yeah, I'm going to get Bama here. Marshall at NC State.
NC State.
NC State for me too. Michigan at Minnesota. Give me Michigan.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, I'm not really super high on Minnesota.
Yeah, that's fair.
UConn at Rice.
Ooh, give me UConn.
I'm going to go Rice. Vanderbilt at Florida. Florida. Maybe if they were at home.
Maybe.
You going Florida?
I'm going Florida.
Okay.
I'm going Florida.
Western Michigan at Mississippi State. Western Michigan, baby.
Directional Mish. That's all we have to say.
That would be crazy. William and Mary at Virginia.
Yep.
Banger. Fresno State at Wyoming. I'm going to go Wyoming.
Those are my 2 picks to win the conference. God damn. I'm going to go Fresno State.
Okay. So you think Fresno gets him in the regular, Wyoming gets revenge?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how that goes down.
To the week 7 of the NFL chase. Jags at Saints. Give me the Saints.
I'll take the Saints, yeah.
In a defensive slugfest.
I think there'll be a lot of points.
I disagree.
I think both those offenses might be stacked.
They actually might be pretty good. Detroit Lions at the Ravens. Give me the Ravens.
I'll take the Ravens as well.
Raiders at the Bears. I'm taking the Bears.
I'm going to go Bears. Yeah.
Browns at Colts. I'm going to go the Browns.
Browns.
Bills at the Patriots. I'm going to go the Bills.
Patriots.
Washington Commanders at the New York Football Giants. Take the Giants.
New York.
Falcons at the Bucks. Give me the Falcons.
Falcons.
The Bucks are going to win one. I don't think we've picked them to win one yet this year.
God, are they?
They might.
They might.
They're going to get Magoo.
Well, yeah. Hell, he could be the starter for Tampa Bay.
He could. The Steelers.
Steelers bacon cakes. Steelers are who?
Rams. I'm going to
go Steelers.
I'm going to go Steelers. Cardinals at the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Packers at the Broncos. Packers at the Broncos.
Broncos.
I'm going to go Broncos too. Chargers at the Chiefs. I'm going to go Chiefs.
I've been picking the Chargers to lose too much. The Chiefs.
Dolphins at the Eagles. Sunday Night Football. Give me the Eagles.
Give me the Eagles as well.
Tua might get concussed in this game.
Yeah.
They
be hitting people.
I want to know how that offensive line is going to hold up. I'm very scared.
They just put airbags like on the outside of his helmet. They can just blow up anytime he's getting ragdolled.
Monday Night Football, 49ers at the Vikings. I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Niners as well.
I think the Niners could win this game with no quarterback because this is going to be – I'm just predicting a very bad game from Cousins.
Yeah, I mean, the time slot alone pretty much seals that in. So
seals it right there. So that'll do it, Chase. We're basically halfway for both these seasons almost.
Just jamming along, man.
Just chugging along.
I'm proud of us. Look at us. Look at us go.
Look at us go. Chase, what do you got going on?
Oh, man. It's Saratoga. Saratoga kicks off this week, so I've got, all the pod episodes will be Saratoga related. So you can, if you're into the horse racing, you can check out the Notorious OTB on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, wherever you get your pods. Follow the show at Notorious_OTB. Pretty much my head will be straight up in Saratoga until like September.
Get in between the legs of Saratoga. Get it.
That sounded, yeah.
Get deep in there. Y'all know where to find me.
Guys in a Halloween mask come and dry hump you after saying something like that.
They might. They probably do. You guys know where to find me. XFL Jim everywhere. I got a lot coming on. We have the drive-in is making a return, I believe, this week. So be tuned into that. Me and Christian watched Nathan for You episode 1. I think we also have Rebel Without a Cause recorded as well. So, yeah,
there you
go. Was a fun watch along.
There you go. Get a little James Dean action in.
Yes, sir. And then CFL Jim will be beginning his recaps probably next week. I'm going to be getting the recaps next week. So be tuned in to that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. We greatly appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you next week for another episode of the Jimnasium.